Type Talks. Today we're here to talk about the 9 Enneagram Types in horror movies. First we'll be going through Enneagram 1.
If the Enneagram is about one thing, it is about fear. With Type 1, the fear is corruption. I've chosen the film The Exorcist. This is the classic tale of a girl possessed by a demon, and two priests are brought in to try and free her of her affliction. A battle between good and evil, right and wrong. Two priests who are embodiment of righteousness, trying to battle corruption and sin in the form of this demon that can ask them the most deep, piercing personal questions and try and find the darkness within them. It's all about resisting corruption. It's all about resisting temptation. It's all about fighting evil and retaining your humanity and your purity to the best of your ability.
And then we have Enneagram 2.
For Type 2, I have chosen the movie Misery. This is the classic Stephen King tale of a writer who is caught in a car crash and rescued by a mysterious nurse who turns out to be a massive fan of his. She takes care of his every need, tries to help him recuperate, but doesn't allow him to contact the outside world. She grows incredibly angry when she finds out that his latest book, he plans to kill her favourite character, and she forces him to rewrite it. She's obsessed with caring with people. She refuses to even swear. She's a perfect example of a self-preservation too gone mad. We found out later that she is quite willing to commit assault and even murder to get her way, while at the same time truly believing that she's a good person and that there's other people that are wronging her, and everything she's doing comes from the heart and is a form of helping.
And that brings us to Enneagram 3.
For Enneagram 3, the great fear is of failure. Many threes can do whatever it takes to become a success in the eyes of others. There are many films in Hollywood which a character metaphorically sells their soul to the devil. But in The Devil's Advocate, this becomes far more literal. A young lawyer from Florida gets a job offer with a big law firm in New York, and he finds a world full of glitz and glamour, but also seediness and corruption. And his new employer is far more to him than meets the eye, and may not even be human, maybe something far more supernatural and demonic.
Now on to Enneagram 4.
With the Enneagram 4, there is sadness, there is shame, and there is fear of their defects and being uncovered. For this, I have chosen the classic Anne Rice film, Interview with the Vampire. This is the story of a plantation owner who has lost his wife and his child and is so consumed by sadness that when he's attacked by a vampire and offered a choice of death or immortality, he chooses eternal life and then comes to regret it for the next several centuries. He spends his immortality wallowing in misery and self-pity and unable to connect to humanity or reconcile himself to the monster he has become.
Now on to the corruption of Enneagram 5.
Many horror directors are Enneagram 5. Enneagram 5s are willing to go deeper and darker than any other type and explore the darkest possibilities of the human mind and of reality itself. I have chosen the film The Reanimator, a Lovecraftian classic about the Dr. Herbert West, who is convinced that he has discovered an elixir for immortality and to bring people back from the dead, and yet his serum does not work, driving him to perform ever more crueler experiments, bringing up dead bodies and even committing murders, and trying to bring the dead back to life regardless of the consequences. It is one man's relentless and obsessive pursuit of knowledge, desire to be proven that he is the smartest person in the entire world.
That brings us to the terror-filled stories of the Enneagram 6.
Enneagram 6 is skeptical. Enneagram 6 is all about fear itself. Many Enneagram 6s enjoy horror films, but they still seem to prefer the more realistic, down-to-earth things. And many 6s relieve their anxieties by making fun of conventional horror, conventional terror. I've chosen the film Scream. This is a classic 1990s slasher movie that pokes fun at other slasher movies that have come before it. Teenagers are being killed left and right by a mysterious, ghost-faced serial killer who seems to be following movie conventions and has a fixation on the young Neve Campbell, who must uncover the mystery of who this mysterious killer is in order to save her life and her friends.
That brings us to the joy-filled struggles of the Enneagram 7.
As a general rule, Type 7s are not fond of horror. Type 7s try to be positive and upbeat to find the silver lining. If they do enjoy horror, it will often be in the form of a comedy. So I've chosen the classic film, The Addams Family, the 1990s version. The main character is Gomez Addams, who's a classic 7, positive, upbeat, enjoying life, a wealthy family man who revels in the quirkiness and the gothicness of his dark and twisted supernatural family of goblins and ghouls.
And so this brings upon us the Enneagram 8.
Type 8s are strong and powerful. They have a fear of weakness. They are really interested in horror films, and they see themselves as above fear and conquering fear. So I've chosen the film Blade. This is about a half human, half vampire hunter who has all the strengths of a vampire and none of their weaknesses, except for the thirst of her blood. He stalks the night, slaughtering vampires left, right, and centre, striking fear into the dead hearts of the undead, trying to get vengeance on the vampire who killed his mother, and eradicate the evil of vampires from the world.
And we end this series with the unsuspectingly horror-filled type of the Enneagram 9.
With the Enneagram 9, there's themes of indolence and sloth, and quieting the mind, quieting the emotions and the soul. Nothing exemplifies this quite like a zombie film. And the zombie film I've chosen is Shaun of the Dead, a classic horror comedy that emphasizes that in modern society, the lines between the modern man and the everyday zombie are very blurry indeed. And now that you have watched this video to the end, you have 7 days to like, share, and subscribe. If you have not done so by the end of this time period, then Joyce will crawl out of the screen and kill you in your bedroom. Have a nice day.